Yo, fears, audience, fears. What's up? Positive vibes. That's what's up. Welcome to the Fears Podcast. You're gonna have to forgive Fears. I've got a little energy. Not my usual massive amount of energy because last night I had my head stuck in a toilet. And why, you may ask? I was at work, and I wasn't feeling good. My friend Sean came up to me and said, "Hey, Fears, you don't look so good." And I was like, I don't? And I said, guess what? I don't feel so good. I don't know if I ate something bad or if my Crohn's just kicked in, but I rushed to the bathroom, and I puked like 3 times at work. I told my manager, he was like, "You're good, Fears, just go on home." I went home early, and then yesterday I pretty much just puked and puked and puked in the toilet, and whenever I wasn't puking in the toilet, then I was laying on the couch either resting or watching Star Trek, the original series. So I just took a personal day yesterday of no streaming, but I couldn't forget about you guys. I feel a little bit better today. We're like at 85%. So, I was supposed to hang out with Tommy today, but there was no chance of that happening. So, I'm going to hang out with Tommy tomorrow. So, I'll probably do a little filming. We may go play some miniature golf. We may go axe throwing. I don't know. We'll see. But we're definitely going to do something fun. Anyway, let me open up the chat. But I hope you guys are having a good day. I'm having a better day. Hang out with Tommy. I'm having a better day. Yesterday was absolutely horrible. I kid you guys not. Anyway, I'm going to do my best to put on a good stream. But anyway, I hope everyone's doing well. We got 2 watchers, 1 like. Today, also last night, also today too, when I was resting, I watched some horror movies. So I watched these 2 today. I watched Valentine and Night Swim. So I'm going to review these. And then last time I did movies that I could watch forever. This time, this was actually an idea gave to me by the dude. The dude said in the Discord, he's like, Fears, 2 or 3 of your movies was televisions. I said, yeah, but I love those television movies. I can't go without them. And he said, but why don't you just do TV shows that you could watch forever, and do a top 10 list of that. And I said, okay. I said, I will. So I apologize for the old list that had TV shows in it. This one will just have TV shows in it. So, but I am feeling better. Man, I have not had a Crohn's attack in quite a while. I have not had a Crohn's attack in a minute. It's been a minute. But yeah, still haven't shaved. I'm rocking the 5 o'clock shadow. I don't know. I haven't decided. I may, while Tommy's in town, I may just rock the 5 o'clock shadow, or I may shave. But I'm going to pick Tommy up. Tommy is actually at his mom's house right now. Well, when I called him to tell him, hey, I feel better, he was out to dinner with his family, so I didn't want to interrupt him, So I said, we'll just hang out. And he said, can you pick me up tomorrow? And I said, sure. So I'm going to pick Tommy up tomorrow. Now, here's the thing. I don't know if Tommy's going to kind of stay the night tomorrow. I asked him, so we'll see. If he does stay the night, I may just take off of work because I have to go, Sunday night going into Monday morning. We'll see. If not, I'll be like, hey, Tommy, you stay here. I'm going to go to work. Blah, blah, blah. But he's coming over tomorrow. So, yeah. So, that should be fun. That should be a lot of fun. So, yeah. But anyway. Yeah, so if you guys could just pray for me, man. Yesterday, yesterday and today, last night and a lot of today was puking. But after I puked it all out, I felt way better. I was like, I think I started feeling better at around 6 or 7. Probably because I got all of whatever it was out of my system. But last night I pretty much puked like 3 or 4 times. Today I puked, God, I don't even know how many times. Probably 4 or 5. And just in between, I'd get up off the couch, puke, come back, watch a little bit of some Star Trek episodes. As you can see, I'm trying to get through them all. They're right here. The original series, my mom bought me the original series for Christmas, last Christmas, all on Blu-ray. So there's so much bonus content that I haven't seen on that. So if I wasn't puking today and yesterday, then I was on the couch taking a nap or just watching some Star Trek. So it was pretty much Star Trek all day, except for when I got bored, I switched up and I watched these 2 movies. Because I knew after I puked, I was like, well, I may feel better. I said, so if I don't do a stream today, I said, I'll do a stream tomorrow with Tommy, which I'm going to anyway. But because I felt better, I thought, all right, I'm well enough to do a stream. Let's review these 2 movies and so on and so forth. So as far as I know, I haven't really had anything today. I had a little bit of juice and a little bit of coffee, and I had 2 slices of toast because I had to get some food down me because I was just yakking it all up. So, but I feel way better. Like I said, I'm about 85%. So hopefully by tomorrow I get the whole 100%, and there we are, my friends. Not the way I wanted to spend my Saturday. I'll tell you that much. Anyway, I got the coffee a-rockin'. Ian, Lord Randall, I haven't heard from Randall in like 2 days. He's probably working on Fears Man. He did tell me about his karaoke night the other night. He didn't make any tips, but he said he did a lot of magic for some really hot ladies, and I was like, way to go, Randall. By the way, if you guys want your own official Fearsman 26 sticker, you let me know. Send me your address in fan mail, which you can send fan mail to this address right here. Send me a fan letter or send me your address or, whatever you want to send in fan mail. I will save your address and I will send you an official Fearsman 26 sticker. Or a Fears Vlogs one. I think I'm out of the Fears Vlogs one, so if you want one of those, I'll have to order some. But I've got plenty of Fearsman 26 stickers. So, there you are. So, I cannot wait to hear from you guys. So, send your fan mail. Walter told me that he's going to send some fan mail in about a month to me and Randall. So I told Randall. So Walter, if you're watching, Randall's very excited. I'm very excited. So there we are. Anyway, let's see. What else? Besides me getting sick, just been working. I still haven't decided what I'm going to get my mom for Mother's Day, but I got a couple of weeks. So if you guys have got any, I've already bought my mom a Mother's Day card. And I bought my Aunt Donna a Mother's Day card, but I don't know what type of gift I should get my mom. So if you guys have got any suggestions, I would really appreciate that, my friends. So anyway, hope all is well with everybody. Hope you guys are having a better weekend than I am. I'm telling you, whenever the Crohn's kicks in, oh my God, does it kick in. But anyway, thank God I'm feeling a little bit better. Usually it takes a process. You gotta flush it all out, and it was bad. So yeah. Walter said, "Hey dude, I bowled last weekend and was lucky to get a 90. It is what it is." Yeah, it is. And the reason why I brought that up, and Walter, I hope you don't mind me reading that, is of course, even when I'm not feeling good, Quentin's giving me shit. I've been kind of bummed the last couple of weeks. And he said, "Is it Claire?" I said, "It's not Claire." And he said, "Are you crying over Claire?" And I said, "I'm not crying over Claire." And then, um, and he said that I sucked at bowling. And I said, "I usually don't suck at bowling. I just had a bad night. I have not bowled in like 2 years, up until when I went bowling with Claire. And we all have rough nights. Now he's saying in the Discord, I suck at. You guys know I'm good at miniature golf and axe throwing. Now he's saying I haven't proved that, which is completely untrue. I've beaten so many people at axe throwing and miniature golf. So I have proven myself that I'm really good at that. We all have off days. And he says, you haven't proved you're good at either of those. That's not true. How many times have I played people at miniature golf? Tons of people, right? So I've proven that. And I've played two people I've done axe throwing 3 times. I played Sam twice, and then I did axe throwing myself. I haven't uploaded the footage yet of me playing a game by myself. But when I played a game by myself, I followed all the rules. And I asked the owner, I said, "Can you play by yourself axe throwing?" I said, "Or do you have to have a partner to play against?" And he was like, "No." He goes, "There's certain rules where you can play yourself." And so I said, "All right, I'll play that version." So I've played both versions. So I feel like I'm more better at miniature golf and axe throwing. But I do okay. I do okay with bowling. I don't suck at bowling. I wouldn't say am I the greatest bowler of all time? No. I'm not the greatest bowler of all time. But I do okay. I just had an off night. But of course he's giving me shit about that. You know? But yeah. So he's just trying to... I thought maybe, one night, the day I'm not feeling good, I thought, oh, like he'll cut me some slack. Quentin never cuts anyone any slack. He's just a piece of shit. So it just is what it is. So I only try to respond to him very rarely, if not ever. So anyway, it is what it is. And I didn't want to, but yeah, I didn't want to take off work, but I felt horrible. I didn't go home that late. I'm sorry, I didn't go home that early. The shift was almost done. My boss was nice and said, "Hey, do you want to go home like an hour early?" And I said, "Oh, yeah, please." And then I called Tommy on the way home and said, "Hey, man, I just got home." And I said, "I don't feel well." I said, "I don't know if we can hang out today." I said, "If I feel better by Sunday, I'll let you know." And he said, "Hey, John," Tommy's always been very nice to me. He's a very nice person. And he said, "Hey, John, you're sick." He goes, "I understand." I said, I want to hang out with you because he doesn't go home until next Friday. So I said, if I feel good on Sunday, which I probably will because I feel pretty good right now. I think whatever was bothering my stomach is gone. So yeah. Oh, and then he says, fears an off night would be 80 or 90. I've gotten 80s or 90s. My best score ever in bowling, ever. I've never been able to beat. I probably never will. I've never been able to beat 160. That is like the best game I've ever bowled in my life. Is 160. And now have I gotten below 160? Yes. But I've never... I've always wanted to beat it. Even if it was by 1 point. Even if I got 161. I would be content with that, but I've never been able to beat my best score of 160. I always try to do that. You always try to do your best, but I had not bowled in 2 years, so I knew I was going to be rusty. But this got me in trouble, my mouth. If I would have just said to you guys, "Hey, it didn't work out with me and Claire. We're too different. She's a little crazy. Her attitude is kind of shitty," and if I would have left it at that, then they would not make fun of my bowling. But I try not to lie to you guys. I was like, well, I didn't do good. But what I should have said is, what I need to work on is not giving everybody so much detail. If I would have just said, "Hey, you know what? I didn't really have a good night with that girl. I don't think it's going to work out. Plus, I was kind of rusty in bowling. I didn't really get a good score, and I would have just left it at that. If I would have just left it at that, you know, it probably would have been fine, you know. So that's probably what I'll do next time. So if I ever do go bowling again on a date and I don't get a very good score, that's probably what I'll just do, because you get idiots like Yakov and Quentin that they nitpick every single thing about my life. Or if it's not him, then it's Crackpot or it's somebody else. I'll be honest, Crackpot has been more on his best behavior ever since me and Joey kind of ended the wounds, if you, or mended the wounds. I'll be honest, I told Joey, and I'm being honest, I said I appreciate the apology. He was the only one man enough to shake my hand and say, you know what, Fears, I crossed the line by making fun of your family. And he did tell me, Joey told me the truth. He said, I don't regret trolling you about other things, but I do regret trolling you about your grandma that passed away and your dad. He goes, I crossed a line there. And I said, yeah. I said, if you would have just made fun of me, I would have just been like, okay, well, you're just a dick. But to make fun of someone's family, that's pretty fucked up. So I think that actually got to Joey, and he said, I do regret that. And he shook my hand, apologized. And I got to meet his lovely girlfriend. His girlfriend was very nice. She was very sweet. I was like, why would I have anything against her? I don't have anything against her because she didn't do anything. And I looked at her and said, I'm really sorry. I looked at her and I apologized and said, I'm really sorry that you got into this. She's like, well, I'm with him and he's told me a little bit about what happened and I'm sorry that he put you through hell. And I was like, yeah. I'm like, it was hell. But I said, I'll be honest, I don't get a lot of trolling these days. Maybe in the Discord I do, but not so much in the actual, chat. Every once in a while, whenever I do those professional interviews, sometimes people come in, and I have to get rid of them because they're trying to destroy the professional interview. Because I really like doing those a lot. I really do. Tinder's, everyone's. Tinder's was good. Brian, that's a film historian. Well, he was a film historian. Now he has another job. But my friend Brian, that was fantastic. Brian wants to come back and do it again. I said, you know what? I said, the fans loved you. I said, Brian, I said, you're a good guy. You're a good friend. I forgot to ask him about his neck tattoo. He brought up the neck tattoo. But so I was like, after the interview, I should tell you guys, right before I said bye to Brian, I said, Brian, thank God you brought up your neck tattoo. And he's like, oh, what? He's like, did you have a question? I said, I had a question about it. I said, but we were talking about other shit. And I kind of forgot. But I said, once you brought up the neck tattoo, then I remembered to ask my question. But he's like, whatever you didn't ask, Fears, just save it for next time. I said, I will. He told me how long it was, but he said it isn't finished yet. So next time he comes on, I'm going to be like, did you finally finish it? Let's have an update. So, yeah. But thank God So what is Fears? Yo, Walter, what's up? Good to see you. Walter, thank you for spreading the word on my live stream. I know it's a little late, but I almost didn't live stream, buddy. Because I woke up from my nap and I was like, depending on how good my nap is and depending on how good my stomach is, should I stream or not? And I was like, you know what? I didn't stream at all today or last night before work. I was like, I have to stream today to keep up with the fans, you know? But I feel way better. Way better. Like I said, I pretty much puked everything out. And someone said, well, why are you drinking coffee? I'll be honest, coffee has never hurt my stomach, ever. Coffee has never hurt my stomach. It never has. It never will. I think it was just a flare-up. Every once in a while, I get these random flare-ups. I haven't had a flare-up in quite a long time. I barely ate anything the other night. I had some soup and I had some salad, and that was about it. Because I've been trying to eat more healthier, you know. So if me and Tommy go grab some lunch tomorrow, I may just eat something healthy, you know, because I don't want to regain all the weight that I've lost so far. And I've been doing better. I still got a while to go. I still got a big gut. Well, not a massive gut, but you know what I mean. I'm trying to get it off as quickly as I can. But yeah. But yeah, Walter, I thought they would cut me some slack, but I need to learn. Quentin, Yakov, they never cut Fears any slack ever. They're always going to make fun of something, nitpicking my entire life. So it is what it is. No matter what I do, no matter what I say. But I was just like, dude, shut up. I'm like, did I ever say that I'm the master bowler? No, I never said that once. And he's like, you're a liar, Fears. I'm like, I didn't lie. Usually I bowl pretty good. Because I haven't bowled in 2.5 years, that's a long time, I knew I was going to be rusty. What I did wrong was I need to learn just to tell you guys something and not everything. You guys don't need to hear the whole, 9 yards, the whole ball of twine. If I would have just been like, hey, you know what? That date with Claire didn't work out. We're just too different. She's got a shitty attitude. Plus, I didn't do good at bowling. I could have just left it at that, Like, hey, now, but here's the thing. If I would have said that, hopefully somebody wouldn't have been like, oh, you had a bad night at bowling, Fears. Well, what was your score? Then, if I don't say something, then they're like, oh, well, Fears is hiding something. And you guys know I'm a horrible liar. I'm a horrible liar. They've caught me in so many lies before, it's beyond belief. So I try to be 100% real with you. But I just hate all the earache that I have to get after. I'm like, you know what? I did okay in I think the first game I got I can't even remember. I know the last game was 48. We only did 2 games. So by that time, I was tired. I'd already had enough of her crap. I didn't really care. I just wanted to finish the game and get the hell out of there because it was not the worst date I've ever had, but one of the worst dates I've ever had. So the last game was 40. I can't remember. I did better on the first game. I think the first game was like 60. That's a guess. I can't remember. I think it was around 60. But still, that's pretty low. But now I have to hear about it from him and Yakov for weeks on end. I guarantee you he's going to stretch this out for fucking weeks on end. I guarantee you. But we'll see. But I don't think... let's say, I don't consider myself the worst bowler ever. Would I say I was rusty and had an off night? Yes. But again, who cares? Did I ever say I'm the greatest bowler of all time? No. I will say I'm really good at axe throwing, because you guys have seen me in action in that vlog that me and Sam did. But I've only went axe throwing 3 times. Twice with friends, once by myself when I was so bored and I was trying to figure out things to do in Missouri. And that was the last time I went home for something good. The last 2 times I went home to Missouri was for something bad. My dad's funeral and then my grandma's, and I was like, God, I'm like, damn it. I'm like, when am I going to go home for something good, Because those 2 things, I was devastated, still am, to a certain point. I was like, I don't want anyone else to die. I really don't, So there was that. The last time I went home for something good was when my dad was still alive. My mom's like, hey, why don't you take some time off and come visit us? My dad, towards the end, he would feel good for a couple weeks, then he would feel bad. Then he was back to good. And so my mom's like, your dad's actually feeling really good. And I was like, really? I'm like, nice. I'm like, what happened? She goes, oh, he just went to the doctors and he's doing his chemo and his doctors are saying that he's doing really good. And I said, did Dad say he's feeling better? And my mom was like, yeah. And I was like, well, that's great. I'm like, hell yeah. I'm like, I'm coming home. So that trip, I only hung out with my friends for 3 or 4 days. The rest of the trip, I just hung out with my dad and we watched movies and we just kind of shot the shit. And my dad would hang out on the couch, or I sat by his bedside and I would just grab a chair and we would just watch movies and shit. Or I would help him to the couch, because sometimes he got sick and tired of just laying in bed. I was like, you want to go to the couch? And he's like, yeah, help me to the couch. And I was like, yeah, no worries. And so I would just help him walk to the couch. And then we bought pizza a couple of nights. That was great. Because my dad, like me, fucking loved Emo's Pizza. Who doesn't? That pizza's fucking amazing. I'll be honest, Fears doesn't need any pizza, but I can't lie to you guys. The last time I was in town for something good in Missouri, I didn't have... Usually I just do like one trip. I'll be like, all right, I need to get my Emo's Pizza fill in, and then I'm good. I went back... Was it twice or 3 times? Hang on. I went once by my... Oh, no. Wait. Yeah. Once by myself. Once with my buddy Eric. Oh, yeah. And then me, Mike, and... So 3 times. Me, Mike, and Jonathan went. Yep. So 3 times. So the next time I go home for something good, which hopefully will be in a couple of months here, whenever my mom isn't so busy with her... She does a lot of church activity, and that's why I didn't come in May. Because she's like, I'm just... too busy. She's like, I got like 9 quilts to sew. I was like, no, I'm like, you're good. I'm like, I'll just come, whenever. So hopefully it'll be around my birthday or maybe Christmas. I don't know. I haven't decided. So we'll see. We'll see. Anyway. All right, let me get back to the chat. But yeah, so that kind of crap, I just hate when they get on. Well, I hate when Yakov and Quentin and all those and Adam Bachidi and all those other idiots get on to me in general. But I especially hate it when I'm not feeling good and then they're giving me crap for no reason. I'm like, oh, fucking hell. Anyway, let me get back to the... See, Walter, mine's the reverse. Coffee has never hurt me. Walter says, and I didn't know this until Walter messaged me. Walter is another person in the community that actually has Crohn's. I didn't know that. Until you told me. So Walter says, coffee absolutely destroys my Crohn's. I drink 1 sip and I'm down and out for a few days. Really? So Walter, from what you just said, you can never have coffee then. That sucks, man. It would suck majorly if Fears had to give up coffee. Oh my God. I couldn't do it. I love my coffee. I need my coffee, especially in the morning. Like, sometimes I'll grab a cup of coffee at work. It depends on, sometimes they brew it at work, sometimes they forget, or sometimes you can't get off the belt. It's so busy. I'll have to ask a manager, hey, can you grab me a cup? Or, hey, can you watch the belt? I need to go use the restroom. And as I use the restroom, before I come back, I'll grab a cup of coffee. Or I'll go into the lounge and see if they brewed the cup of coffee. Again, so like I said, sometimes they forget. So I'm just like, Walter says, honestly, man, who cares? I bowled 2 games last week and got an 80 or 90. Yeah, I saw your message, Walter. Yeah, really, I don't care. I don't care because I know I can do better than a 48 and a 60. Because normally I usually bowl anywhere from, well, I'm going to be generous. Normally, I can bowl around anywhere from a 90 to 100 to about 140. The best game of my life, I've never beaten it. I would love to beat it, just once, is 160. I'm talking, even if it was just 161, that would be great. That would be great. Just to beat it just by 1 point, by 11 points, doesn't matter. Who cares, But so far, I've never beaten it. But that's been the best game ever. And I bowled that good game like when I was somewhere between 18 and 20. I honestly don't remember. It was somewhere in there. Because me, Eric, Tom, Jesse, and Trent, we all used to go like all the time. But yeah. I may take Walter's advice. One day I would love to get like my own ball. And I would ask them, hey, can you print a picture of like Fears Man on it or something? Just to have my own ball would be cool. Get my own, like, bowling shoes, all that. Like, my friend, not my friend, he is my friend. I meant to say my cousin. My cousin Steve, on my dad's side, last time I was in town for something good, he brought him and his fiance, and he goes, hey, Fears, check it out. And I said, oh, damn, Steve. I said, when'd you get this? And he's like, remember the last time you came? Which was 3 years ago for something good. I said, yeah. I said, I had a bowling guys night, and I invited you and your new fiance. That's when his fiance, they had just gotten together. So then it was like, not really his fiance, it was his girlfriend. And I said, oh, yeah. I said, that's when I first met your fiance. And he goes, yeah, but I hadn't proposed then. I said, I know. I said, but that's when I first met her. I said, she seems like a really nice lady. And then he said, well, that got me back into bowling. I was like, oh, that's cool. And he goes, so me and her went bowling, and she gave me the idea, why don't you get your own ball? And I was like, oh. I said, was it expensive? He goes, it wasn't that bad. And he goes, you should get one. I said, yeah, maybe one day. I said, I don't bowl a lot. I said, I only bowl here and there. But he said, yeah, but still, Fears, it would be cool to have your own ball. And he said, think of the possibilities. I said, that would be cool. Either have a yellow ball with the blue Fears Man on it, or a blue ball with Fears Man kind of flying through the air on the ball or some shit. And he goes, I bet you they could digitally put a picture of him on. I said, if I'm going to do it, I'd go all out and fucking get Fears Man on there, you know? I said, for sure. But, yeah. But you know what, Walter? I don't think you suck. Like, an 80 and a 90 is actually pretty good. To me, that's actually decent. That's pretty good. Now, a 48, I will be honest, that's kind of low. I just hate when they give me shit over the most stupidest crap. I'm like, who cares? I had an off day, 48. But again, you know, Quentin is never positive. I've never seen him ever have positive vibes. Crackpot, every once in a blue moon. He's nice. I will be honest. Since me and Joey kind of like mended some of the wounds, it's gotten actually better in the Discord. I'm not going to deny that, you know. So things have gotten better. Now, I told Joey before he left with his girlfriend, I said, it's going to take me some time to fully forgive you. And I was honest with him. I said, that was a lot of years of trolling. And he said, I know, Fears. He goes, and you didn't deserve that. And I said, well, I appreciate that. And he goes, but I do that a lot with all my friends. I said, you crossed the line when you made fun of my family. He said, I acknowledge that. And he did. And he said, he goes, that I regret. He goes, the other stuff, I'll be honest, Fears, I have nothing against you. I was just giving you shit, just teasing you. I said, yeah, but and he said, it was kind of fun. I said, it was fun for you. It wasn't fun for me, but that I kind of get. I don't mind, like, me and Eric, we give each other shit all the time, and it's different. It's just kind of like ha-ha joking around, you know? Which, by the way, I just talked to Eric, and he's doing good. I talked to my buddy Tommy. I hadn't talked to Tommy in like I was going to say 6 months, but I think it was longer than that. I think I haven't talked to Tommy in like 8 months. I mean, I send him a text every once in a while, but he called me. Good news, my friend Tommy is getting married, but he's not doing a big wedding, because I was like, well, hey, man, I said, when do I need to book my flight and come for your wedding? He goes, oh, it's not that type of wedding, Fears. I said, what? I said, are you guys going to elope? And he goes, yeah, kind of. He goes, we're just going to go to the courthouse. He goes, we didn't want to spend all that money on a big-ass wedding. And I said, oh, so who's coming? He goes, literally, Fears? He goes, I'm not even kidding. He goes, I didn't invite Jesse. I didn't invite Trent or Eric. It was no one. He goes, I have to invite someone to be a witness. He goes, I'm just going to do my mom and my dad. So I said, oh, okay. So he said, literally, Fears, the only one that's coming is me, my fiance, her mom and her dad, my mom, and my dad. I said, okay. I said, yeah. Well, I said, hey, man, I said, whenever I come into town, we got to celebrate. And he was like, oh, yeah. He's like, Fears, the next time you come into town, he goes, I said, yeah. I said, I'll take you out to dinner, you and your girlfriend. Oh, well, you and your wife now. He goes, yeah. He goes, when you come into town, Fears, we'll celebrate. He goes, but I didn't invite any of the guys. I didn't invite any friends. It's just my parents, her parents, and we brought our parents to be a witness. And I was like, hey, man. And I said, is the reason why you're doing just a court wedding because you guys want to save money? He goes, yeah. He goes, we don't have enough money right now to do a big-ass wedding. He goes, we've been saving up our money. We're going to do the wedding real quick at the court, and then we're just going to like go on a big-ass honeymoon vacation. I was like, that's what's up, man. So that's good news. So I talked to Tom recently. I was like, hey, man. I said, I've met your girlfriend like twice. You know, the last few times I came into town, I'm like, she seems very nice. I said, I don't know much about her because I haven't gotten to hang out with her a lot. But I said, the 2 times I did meet her, she seems very nice. He goes, oh, yeah, Fears, I'm totally in love. I said, hey, man, I said, I'm happy for you. So that was big news. That was big news. I didn't expect to hear that. So I was like, hey, man, go you. And he's like, what about you, Fears? Have you found? I said, no. I said, I went on like a pre-date with this one girl. and it was okay. I said, then we went on another date, and I said it was fucking terrible. And he goes, was any of it good? I said, dinner was good. That's about it. And I was telling him about Claire, and he's like, so why didn't it work out? I said, do you have an hour for me to explain everything? I said, it was that. He goes, was it that bad, Fears? Yeah. I was like, it was that bad. So he was like, oh man, I'm sorry, dude. So I was like, yeah, it is what it is. I said, on to the next girl. What's up, Carmine? Positive vibes, absolutely. Walter says, what's up, Carmine? Hi, Walter. Hope you're having a great Saturday. No, can't have coffee, and I love coffee. Well, I guess, Walter, you do that thing where you're like, maybe it's worth the pain. Maybe it's worth the pain. Because before actually having that surgery, when the lady had to cut me open and, after my accident, there was a couple things. Like she said, I'm actually going to try to fix your Crohn's a little bit. Because there is no cure. But her taking a little piece out of my, was it my small intestines or my large? I can't remember. She took a little piece out because whenever the car hit me, some of my small intestines or large intestines died. Not a whole lot, just a couple of cells. She goes, I have to cut out those dead cells. She goes, and if I don't, then you'll be dead within a week because those dead cells will start to form bacteria on it. And she went into this long thing, and I can't remember exactly what she said. I was like, well, I want to live, so do whatever you need to do. And she's like, well, there's going to be a scar. And I said, I would rather have a scar my entire life than to be dead within a week. So I'm like, you cut me open, you do whatever you need to do. But there was a lot that happened in that crash. Like a piece of metal went in. So she's like, well, first I got to remove that piece of metal that whatever, I guess it was from the dashboard. Something broke off and went into my stomach. I didn't even feel it go into my stomach until when I got to work, and that's when it really started hurting. Then she said I ruptured a blood vessel, and she had to stitch that up so I wouldn't bleed internally. And then she said some of your cells in your, a portion of my small intestines or my large intestine died. I can't remember which one. And she said I have to cut that portion out and then take it and stretch it together and sew it together so you can still use your small and large intestines so you won't have a bag. And I said, I don't want a bag. I said, do whatever you got to do. So I will say, you guys remember the cut? It goes from like here, literally from here to like here. It's a long cut. It is fucking gnarly, man. It's gotten better over the years because that happened like 2.5 years ago. But, oh wait, 3 years. I think it's been 3 years since that happened. So it's gotten better, but man, the first time I showed it to you guys, you were like, oh shit, Fears. And I was like, I know, oh shit is right. So yeah. So it's gotten, man, I feel bad, Walter. No coffee. Well, suck it, Walter. Coffee. Oh! No, I'm just joking, buddy. I'm just playing around. I'm just joking, buddy. My man. Well, I guess sometimes you're like, fuck it. I don't mind a little pain. I understand. You gotta get that coffee kick in you. You're like, you know what? Fuck it. I'm just gonna have some coffee. I hear you, brother. Carmine says, I can't have more than one cup. It makes me ill if I have more than one single cup. Oh, okay. I don't know. I've never had any problems with coffee. Never. And like I said, since I had that surgery, I hate sitting here sometimes because this fucking leg gets numb. Whenever I sit Indian style, I gotta move it and get some life back into my... It's always my left leg that gets numb whenever I sit here. That's why I have to sit like this sometimes and get some life back into my fucking leg. So I apologize. So there's no way around it. Every once in a while, my right leg gets numb, but man, my fucking leg is numb right now. Anyway, but yeah, no, I've never had any problems with coffee. I will admit, since my surgery, I've been able to eat more dairy, but still, there's some times where I'll be like, oh, well, let me venture off and try and eat this. And then I'll fucking regret it. I'm like, oh shit, I can't have that dairy. So I can have certain dairy now, but not a lot. That's why someone, one of the fans, oh, you got cheese on your pizza, Fears. I'm like, I know, shocking, right? That type of cheese, whatever's on that pizza, is okay now. And that really never gives me any problems. But I've only ventured out a little bit because I'm like, well, it's not worth the pain because whenever I do get the pain, like yesterday, it's so bad. Oh my Lord. It's horrible sometimes. But anyway. Well, hopefully the rest of the weekend's not a total loss. Yeah. Today I pretty much just watched Star Trek, and if I wasn't watching Star Trek, I took a couple naps, and if I wasn't doing those two, then I was running to the toilet and puking, and then I finished most of my shift, and then I went home about an hour or two early because my boss was like, "You don't look so good, Fears." And I was like, "I don't feel good," and then a couple minutes after he said that, I tried to go back to work, and I was like, "Oh shit," I could feel it coming, and I went, "Oh shit, here we go," and I just gave my little scanner to someone and said, "Cover me." And they're like, "Where are you going, Fears?" I'm like, just cover me. And I raced to the bathroom, and I puked like 3 times in the toilet. And I was like, I'm done. Fuck this. I'm out of here. And there you are. So it was pretty terrible at work. I will say it wasn't, and it happened on an easy day. That's probably why my boss was like, "Hey, you're cool, Fears." We only had like 37,000, which is slim to nothing. So I was like, okay, well, at least it's an easy day. Because I would have felt horrible if they would have been like, "Yeah, we got like 65,000. Oh shit, you're leaving, Fears? Well, fuck you." Then I would have felt like crap. But I was already feeling like crap, but you guys get what I'm saying. But yeah, anyway. So hopefully the rest of the weekend's, oh, pardon my yawns. Hopefully the rest of the weekend's not too bad. By the way, I got this new shirt. Well, it's not new, but it's new to you guys. I bought it a couple weeks back, but it's my first time wearing it on the show. But, man, I love me some Flash. Put a 1 in the chat if you guys love the Flash. It's pretty good. Now, he's one of my favorite DC characters, but he's not my favorite. Obviously, my favorite is Superman. Superman, by far, is the best on the DC side. I've always loved Superman, ever since I was like 4 or 5 years old. I remember, there's pictures of me. I asked my mom one time, I said, "Mom," I said, "do you have any of those pictures where I would take a blue bath towel or a red bath towel, whatever, and I would tie it around my neck like a cape, and I would just run around the house with a bath towel around my neck like a superhero cape." We've all done it. Don't deny it. I'm sure all you guys back when you were wee little lads, I'm sure you guys did that at one time or another. I know the Fears Man did it. But I'm starting to really get into... I love Marvel. I've always loved Marvel, but DC, DC's okay. I love Marvel, though. Anytime a new Marvel movie comes out, I'm right there in the theater. I cannot wait. But I'll be honest, I don't remember what the dude said. The dude said a couple of weeks back or a couple of months back that, you know, the Marvel and DC movies have started to take a turn for the worst. Or he said something like that. I don't want to put words in his mouth, but I haven't seen a good Marvel or DC movie in a while. The last one that was like semi-good, semi-okay was the return. We hadn't seen Supergirl on screen in quite a long time. It was The Flash with The Flash and then Michael Keaton's version of Batman, which is probably the best Batman ever on film. I like Adam West. I like a few others, but Michael Keaton's one of my favorites. George Clooney's Batman, oh my god. Just put a bullet in my brain right now. He's a good actor, but he's not a good Batman. I'm just throwing it out there. I think everyone would agree with me. But anyway. But yeah. But that's probably the last decent superhero movie I've seen in a while. And it was Supergirl's triumphant return, because she's only had one television show and one crappy 80s movie. If you guys ever seen the 80s version of Supergirl with Helen Slater, I'm not saying Helen Slater isn't a good actress. She is a good actress. She's acted in a lot of shit. But man, oh man, was that 80s version of Supergirl fucking terrible. It was terrible. The TV show, I've watched a couple episodes of the Supergirl TV show. That's not bad. It actually had my friend Kevin Caliber in it. He played Superman in it for one episode. So that's pretty cool. That's pretty cool that I'm friends with Kevin Caliber, and he's Superman. Then I got to see him totally be Superman in that Superman World War. I got to be on set with him. I filmed all the behind the scenes. They gave me a credit in the credits as the film videographer, which was fucking awesome. It was so much fun. And what was cool about that is Kevin called me up and said, "Fears, what the hell are you doing? Why aren't you on set?" And I was like, "What do you mean?" And he goes, "You're friends with the director." I said, "I am." But I said, "I never got an invite." He goes, "Dude, I'm the main actor. I'm inviting you." He goes, let me ask the director if it's okay." And so Kevin is such a good friend. He actually made that happen. He talked to the director, and he was like, "Yeah, I know Fears. He's cool." And he goes, "Get him down here." He goes, if he wants to shoot some behind the scenes, we haven't shot any behind the scenes. And the director came up and said, "Fears, I'll tell you what." He goes, "We're almost done filming." He goes, we shot in Illinois a little bit. We shot in other states, but he goes, we hadn't shot any like St. Louis stuff. And it was a St. Louis film company. I said, "Okay." And he said, "Why don't you come?" He goes, "I'll make you a deal." He goes, "If you give me a copy of all that behind the scenes that you film, we'll put it on the DVD." And I said, "Okay." And he goes, "And we'll give you a credit, as the videographer." And I was like, "Sweet, man." So that was fucking cool. So Kevin, thanks so much for hooking me up. I didn't get to help out with the sequel. They made a sequel to it, but by the time I moved out here, they were filming the sequel. But I saw the sequel. Kevin gave me a link. It's on YouTube, so I got to watch the sequel, and the sequel was actually pretty good. So yeah. All right. Well, let's get into the topic, shall we? All right. Let's see here. All right. Well, let's do the reviews. So I'm going to start with Night Swim. Crap. Garbage. I was expecting more. I'm going to give it a 4 out of 10. This was fucking terrible. I was expecting a lot. I'll be honest. It had Kurt Russell, fucking Snake Plissken's son in it. I'm not saying that Wyatt Russell is not a good actor. He is a good actor. Wyatt Russell is a fantastic actor. But, here he is. He's right here. Right there. There he is. He's a good actor. But the premise of this was fucking terrible. It's basically ghosts that take over someone's swimming pool and basically haunt people from a goddamn swimming pool. Excuse my language. And I'm just like, this is fucking terrible. So, horrible. 4 out of 10. And the only reason why I gave it 4 out of 10 was a couple of scenes were a tiny bit, not even scary, spooky, kind of creepy, and Wyatt Russell's in it. That's the only reason. Those are the only 2 reasons why I gave it a 4 out of 10. Do not waste your time. I hate that I wasted money on this, but you guys know sometimes I like crappy films. This is one crappy film that I probably will never watch. It'll probably just stay on the shelf in Blu-ray heaven forever. I just didn't get into it. It just was not my cup of tea. I fell asleep through some of it, and I had to go back and rewatch it to do a full review. Basically the premise is that Wyatt Russell has a family, and he's a baseball player. Something's happened to him, and he's trying to get back on the field, but he has to do some therapy. So his doctor's like, do some type of activity. Run, walk, work out. They said, we encourage swimming. They said swimming's a good way to recover from this accident. So, plus, whenever you're a baseball player, you're always moving from town to town with the games. And his wife said, I'm sick and tired of just moving around. Like, let's put down some roots. Like, you can move around, but, like, me and the kids, just want to. So he goes, you're right. He goes, it's going to take me, like, 6 months to a year to get back on my feet. So they buy a house, and just by chance, he's like, oh, shit, there's a pool in the back. So they get it. At first, Everyone's having fun. You know, it's summertime. They're having a pool party. Everything's rocking. Everything's rolling. And then the crazy shit starts. So some of it's good, but most of it is fucking terrible and boring. I wouldn't recommend it. And I guess where all the ghosts come from, the property, there used to be a lake. The lake on a like a long time ago, before they made this subdivision and this pool and all that, and that's where some of the ghosts come from. A man fell in the lake and drowned. This big fat guy. So there's that. Then a woman fell in the lake, drowned. So that's where the ghost of the woman and the ghost of the big fat guy come from. Then whenever the lake dried up, and they built a suburb and a pool, then a little kid fell in the pool and drowned. And then, then it goes to like, hey, we haven't sold this house in like years. The pool hasn't been used in years. Then Wyatt Russell, his character and his family move in, and then that's when shit starts to hit the fan. So that's where basically all the ghosts come from. And basically, in order for the ghost to leave the family alone, somebody has to be sacrificed. So Wyatt Russell does his fatherly duties and says, well, I'm not going to sacrifice my kids. I'm not going to sacrifice my wife. Take me. Leave my family alone. So they end up killing the husband, and they leave the family alone. They end up getting rid of the pool. They're like, well, we don't want this to happen to anyone else. So they rip out the pool at the end of the film and fill it up with dirt, and they're like, we're never going to use this pool ever again because all this crazy shit happened. So it was pretty terrible, my friends. So I'm saving you guys some time and some effort. Do not check this movie out. And I'm kind of upset that I wasted money. I thought it was going to be good because when I watched the trailer, I was like, oh shit, this actually looks pretty good. I sit down and watch it, and it was crap. It was crap. It was absolute fucking garbage. Terrible. Absolutely shit terrible. So, not good. Not good. Anyway, so there it is. Now, this one was good, though. This one was good. I got this one, Valentine, whenever I last hung out with Randall. I was at Randall's house, stayed with him for a night. We went to his. We went out to eat, and we went to the mall. Went to FYE, and even though it was made in the 90s, this movie kind of reminds me of like those old kind of like whodunit movies. You know, those old 80s, 70s. Like, there's a serial killer. It's a slasher film. Classic slasher. They just filmed it in the 90s. And it looks total 90s. And I guess this came out right around when they were making Scream 1 and Scream 2. So this movie kind of reminds me of Scream. And one of the main characters is in Scream 2. At the very beginning of Scream 2, you know that black couple gets killed by Ghostface? Not them. It's the dumb blonde in the fake Stab movie. At the beginning of Scream 2, she gets killed in the fake Stab movie. She's like the main actress, the main character in this. So as soon as I put it on, I'm like, oh shit, that fucking blonde girl from the Stab movie from Scream 2, you know? So I guess she had done Scream 2, and then I guess she did this like right after, I'm guessing. I don't know for sure, but she looks super young and about the same age that she did Scream 2. Because she just did a cameo, and she's like, oh yeah, I'm in a Stab movie. So it was kind of cool to see like a whodunit horror movie. And I believe there's only like 3 horror movies that have been based on Valentine's Day. You got the old 80s My Bloody Valentine, which I saw and was fucking hilarious. I wasn't scared whatsoever. That was pretty funny. Then they remade My Bloody Valentine, which I have not seen, because I guarantee you the remake of My Bloody Valentine won't be as good as the original, but at some point I'm going to watch the remake and give my fucking 2 cents on it. And then they made this one, Valentine, where the serial killer dresses up as with a Cupid mask on. He's got like a black sweater on with a black trench coat with black pants, black gloves, black shoes, black pants, the whole 9 yards. And he uses Valentine things. So he takes a bow and arrow like Cupid and shoots people with bows and arrows. Before he kills people, he'll leave someone a Valentine card. And I'm just like, this is fucking hilarious. So I actually did get quite a giggle at this hilarious 90s shitty horror film. I'm going to give this one, let's see, it wasn't a perfect 10. I'm going to give it an 8 out of 10 because there was a lot of funny moments. You know how like Scream has, it gave me a lot of Scream vibes. Probably because they made it right around Scream 1, Scream 2. I think they made this right after Scream 2. I can't remember, but around that time. And so I'll be generous, an 8 out of 10, because there was some funny scenes, there was some scary scenes, but yeah. I'd say my favorite scene is when the killer shoots like 3 bow and arrows into this girl's chest. She hits the back of the rail, she goes flying off the rail, with 3 bow and arrows in her, falls down, falls for a while, and crashes into a fucking dumpster, and then the fucking dumpster lid closes on her, and then the killer, looks over the railing, and then he just puts his bow and arrow back into his quiver, and then just fucking walks off, and I was like, where the fuck is this movie going? A fucking bow and arrow and a fucking quiver. I was like, it was over. I was on the floor, fucking dying. Well, I watched it today, so I literally wasn't on the floor, but after I puked, then I was laughing on the couch, but I wanted to fall on the floor and fucking lose my mind because I was like, this is so fucking hilarious, this is so fucking stupid. So, this one was a lot better. So that I'd say the bow and arrow kill was my my favorite kill and my favorite scene. And initially, I'll give you the synopsis. It takes place with all these girls in 6th grade, and they're at a Valentine's Day dance in 6th grade. This kind of wimpy kid, kind of a nerd, comes up and asks all 4 of them to dance, and they basically make fun of him. And then he goes up to the 5th girl that's kind of fat and says, hey, those girls, all your friends made fun of me. They wouldn't dance with me. Will you dance? And so they dance for a minute. She starts to like the wimpy guy, and she goes, hey, do you want to go behind the bleachers and make out, in the gym? And he's like, oh, yeah. So they start making out, and all these bullies and those chicks find them. And because she wants to impress her girlfriend, she's like, oh, he attacked me. I didn't want to kiss him, which was a lie. And basically, they humiliate the kid. They rip off his clothes, beat him up, and he's there, lying on the gym floor in his underwear. And then he gets so embarrassed, he runs out, and then nobody ever hears from him again until the murders start, 13, 15 years later. I think it's 15 years later after that happens. So all the girls are 18, 19, 20, they just graduated high school and they're going into college and all that crap. And I'm not going to tell you who the killer is at the end, but you would think it would be that wimpy kid. There's a twist. It's the wimpy kid, and then he's got a sidekick. So there's 2 killers. There's the wimpy kid that's in the Cupid mask, and there's somebody else. So you guys will have to watch it and figure out who his other accomplice is. But there's 2 killers. 2 killers. It was pretty funny. Is it worth a watch? If you like hilarious horror movies like Fears, it's definitely worth the watch. I'm going to put it right by My Bloody Valentine because it's called just Valentine. It's funny. And the mask is pretty creepy. But it, nothing else. The Cupid thing and the bow and arrows and the Valentines are the Valentine, niche that he does, but his other costume, it's just black. It's got, everything's black. Like, black gloves, black sweater, a black kind of trench coat with black pants, black shoes. That's why it kind of reminds me of Scream, because the ghost face is entirely black except for his ghost-like face. That's it. He's the same way, except he's got the Cupid mask on, and it goes completely over the killer's head. It's not just like one of those fake plastic one. It's one that you put all over your head. So the mask is like super creepy. Then I watched the behind the scenes, and in the behind the scenes you saw like the art director, and he's like, well, they put me in charge of like painting the mask, and the way they created the mask, he goes, I downloaded like tons of pictures of like Cupid's face from like the internet, and then we just made a silicone mold, and he said, I basically took like 100 pictures of Cupid and took all that data, fed it into the computer, and I molded that mask out of like 100 different pictures of like Cupid. He goes, some were similar, some were not. And he said, now I'm painting it and the whole 9 yards. And I was like, that's pretty cool. So I'd say the mask, Cupid's mask, is like one of my favorite things about the movie, because they put a lot of detail into it. And it looks, whenever you see the killer walking around and killing people in the Cupid mask, he's either stabbing people or like throwing, like he'll kill someone and then throw a box of chocolates into someone's face, or he'll put a rose down or some shit. Something Valentine, ish. His mask is fucking creepy. But again, it was the most stupidest premise for a horror film. I was laughing all the way through it, but it gave me a good laugh. In between me puking today. But it was fucking hilarious. But yeah. I'd say it's worth watching once. Because Fear's like shitty horror films, probably around Halloween and Valentine's Day, I'll probably watch this again, but it's definitely worth checking out once, at least once, because you'll watch it and go, oh yeah, now I know what Fears was talking about, because the premise is absolutely fucking hysterical. It's fucking stupid to a funny degree. It's definitely worth checking out once. I think I paid like, I don't know, $10. I got it very cheap at FYE. I had never even heard of it, never even seen it. And the guy working at Randall's FYE said, wait a minute, you've never seen this? I said, never seen it, never heard of it. And he goes, oh man, that's a classic 90s one. And I was like, yeah, I remember. I lived in the 90s. And he's like, you don't remember this? I'm like, I said, that must have passed me by. It went right over my head. I said, that passed me by. And he's like, have you seen Scream? I said, yeah. I've seen every single Scream. I said, I love the Scream franchise. And he's like, oh, so you know what Ghostface? I said, yes, I know exactly who Ghostface is. And he goes, it's got Scream vibes. He goes, the way they filmed it, he goes, it kind of reminds me of a Scream movie. I was like, right on. I'm like, I like the Scream franchise. I said, it must have not done very well because there was no sequel. I said, was there a sequel to this? He goes, no, it was kind of like a one and done type of thing. I went, all right, fair enough. He goes, it didn't do very good at the box office. So this guy knew his shit. He goes, yeah, but he goes, I'm much older than you. This guy had to be at least, I don't know, 45, 50. So I said, well, you're not that much older than me because I'm going to turn 41 this year. He goes, yeah, but I'm older than you. He goes, I remember taking my girlfriend to see this. And I was like, well, I'm like, you kind of wasted your money. And he's like, yeah. He goes, it was crap. He goes, but it was kind of funny. And I was like, he goes, it's kind of a date movie. And I was like, I guess. I'm like, okay. So I sat down and watched it, and it was pretty fucking hilarious. To a dumb degree, though. So, is it worth checking out? Yes, once. Check it out at least once. But it was pretty wacky. It was pretty kooky. It was one of those kind of whodunit 80s type of horror films. What? The killer's moping around? Oh my god. Like, the thing about these horror movies is this one, they actually do get the police involved. Like, we'll try and hunt down the killer. The minute I found out one of my friends had gotten killed, I would go up to all my other friends and say, go hang out with your family, take you and your family, and get the hell out of here, because that's what I'm doing. You know? I would just leave. I'd be like, let them hunt down the killer. I'm leaving. Don't just stay around, you know, in the area that the killer is killing people. Get the fuck out of there, you know? That's what I like. Like, let's say somebody murdered my friend Trent. I'd be devastated. But I would tell Tom and Eric and Brian and all my other friends, like, guys, we need to get the fuck out of here. Like, go home, pack a bag, take your family, and let's just get the fuck out of here, you know? Like, I wouldn't stay in town. I'd be like, I'm getting the fuck out of here, you know? But I care about my friends, my family, so I would tell all my friends, move all your family, let's get the fuck out of here, because there's some crazy psycho here, you know what I'm saying? But they always just, like, in these movies, they always, what? One of our friends died? Oh, don't worry, the cops will catch him. What if the cops don't catch the killer? Evidently, the cops did not catch the killer, because not only does the killer kill everybody, he kills them in weird, creative ways until there's that classic one girl left. She's crawling to safety through mud and water and shit. I'm like, get up, you stupid bitch, and run. You've got 2 legs. Get up and run. Then her boyfriend comes to save the day, and it's hilarious. So, but there is 2 killers. That's all I'm going to say about it. I don't want to ruin. So, one of them is the creepy guy from 6th grade, but his accomplice, if I tell you guys, it'll ruin the entire movie. So, watch it. Let me know what you guys think. Find out who the accomplice is. But that's all I'm going to say. But I'm going to give it an 8 out of 10. Anyway. So, it was pretty funny. All right. Time for the last topic. And then Veers is going to call it a night. Oh, excuse me. All right, let's see. So the dude said, Fears, you should probably do this other topic over again. So I'm going to do it over again. The first time I did this, I said, what are like 10 movies that I could watch forever? I didn't mean to put 2 or 3 TV shows in it, but I just can't live without those TV shows. So in the Discord, he was like, Fears, I understand you like those TV shows. He goes, but you were doing movies. He's like, if you don't want to get trolled, he goes, do it again and do a topic where it's just, what are 10 TV shows? Just do TV shows. And I said, all right. I said, I'll take your advice to do it, so I'm going to do it over again. So these, not one movie's going to be in this. It's going to be 10 TV shows that Fears could watch forever. So, number 1, Star Trek Next Gen. That's number 1. That's number 1. And thank God my dad introduced it. Now, that one is so cool because I have so many good memories of me and my dad sitting down and watching. We watched all 7 seasons of Next Gen together. And I fucking love Next Gen. So Next Gen for sure is number 1. Number 2, definitely Voyager. Star Trek Voyager. I could watch that over and over and over and over and over again. So that's number 2. Number 3, probably The Walking Dead series. I haven't finished all of The Walking Dead, but the stuff I've seen, I haven't watched the Daryl Dixon one. I've watched some of Fear the Walking Dead. I haven't watched any of Tales of the Walking Dead or Beyond the Walking Dead. I'm talking about the original show. I think the original show has like 11 seasons, so it's a lot. It's a lot. I just got the whole Walking Dead series on Blu-ray, so I haven't tackled that yet. I've watched them on DVD. And I took all my old Walking Dead DVDs whenever I bought it on Blu-ray and took it to Goodwill and said, you guys can have it. Let somebody else enjoy it. So I can't wait to sit down and watch the entire Walking Dead series on Blu-ray because I looked on the back and there is a shit ton of bonus features that were on the Blu-rays that are not on the DVDs. So I'm like, oh shit, I can't wait to sit down because I love how they make television shows. I love all that behind-the-scenes shit on how they make movies, all that crap. So, definitely. So, the first one would be Star Trek Next Gen, then Voyager, then Walking Dead. Number 4, for sure, The Big Bang Theory. Love The Big Bang Theory. Number 5, definitely the old version of MacGyver. Definitely MacGyver. You guys know I fucking love MacGyver. If he was a real person, he would be my fucking idol. I love MacGyver. Because he's like, listen, bitch, I don't need a gun. I'm smarter than you. All I need is like, you know, a wine bottle and some twine and some bubble gum and my pocket knife. And I'll just make a bomb and just like blow the gate off the jail cell and I'll get out of here. And he literally just looks at the villains and says, you guys are fucking morons. I'm smarter than you. And the villain's like, no, you're not. And he's like, yeah, I am. And they're like, well, we'll just shoot you. And he's like, well, I don't need a fucking gun, you moron. I'll just make something and I'll just fucking take you guys. He's so smart, he doesn't need a fucking gun. He's like, I don't need a gun. You keep your fucking guns. You can go fuck yourself. I don't need a fucking gun. I'm way smarter than you. So, I always loved MacGyver growing up. Still do. I'm watching the newer version. The newer version of MacGyver is pretty good. I wouldn't say I could watch it forever. But the old version of MacGyver, for sure. So, the first one, Star Trek Next Gen, then Walking Dead, then Voyager, then Big Bang Theory, MacGyver. Number 6, definitely, for sure, Knight Rider. I know they made a newer version of Knight Rider. I've never seen that. The newer version only lasted like 1 or 2 seasons, so I've yet to watch that. But at some point I will watch that. Someone told me it's hilarious and crappy, and I was like, I'll definitely check it out. But the old version of Knight Rider, I fucking love the old version of Knight Rider. So that's number 6. Number 7. God, there's so many old TV shows. So I'm sure that this category will change throughout the years, my friends. Maybe in a year after I watch a bunch of those old TV shows, I'm sure I'll do an updated version and change this. But this is what it's going to be. It's so hard just to pick 10. There's so much TV that I like growing up. So I'll try and hit the highlights. So let's see. I'm trying to... Oh, God, there's so many good ones. Number 1, Next Gen is for sure. Number 2, Voyager. 3, Walking Dead. 4, Big Bang Theory. 5... See, now I'm switching my minds. Hang on. Give me a second. I need to get a pen. Give me... Oh, here. Let me grab... I need to grab a piece of paper. Give me 1 second. Give me 1 second here. I'm trying to think this out logically. Give me 1 second. All right, here we go. I'm trying to figure this out. One of the best things about working at FedEx is they give us a lot of free stuff. So Fears gets a lot of FedEx pens, and like a week or 2 ago, they gave me this FedEx pad. They're like, hey, Fears, you want a pad? They're always handing out free stuff to like show their appreciation. If they don't give us free, that's how I got all those free like FedEx water bottles that you guys have seen. So if they don't give us free shit, then they'll be like, hey, to show our appreciation, we're going to like make hot dogs and hamburgers for everyone in the factory. So I'm going to use this. Let's try and figure this out. So number 1, for sure, is Next Gen. I love Next Gen. Love it. Love it. And whenever my mom she bought me that for Christmas too. Not last Christmas, the Christmas before. She's like, what do you want? I said, I'm not really like greedy, so whenever my mom asks me something for Christmas, I usually just pick out 3 things. I'll be like 2 years ago, I said, Mom, I'd love some. 2 Christmases ago, I said, Mom, I just want Next Gen on Blu-ray. I'd love some new Converse shoes. She couldn't find any yellow ones, and I said, don't worry. I said, just give me another color of Converse. And then I don't remember what the third thing was. I think it was another Blu-ray on of another TV show. So usually I just do like two things at Christmas or 3. But yeah. Yo, what's up, Spiritual? Well, I'm trying. It's so hard to pick just 10, because there's so many new, like there's like some. I've been getting into. You guys know I love classic shit, but the newest TV show, I started watching a little bit of Game of Thrones, and I'm like, that's not too bad. I'm watching a little bit of Game of Thrones, and the last TV show that I watched like fully straight through, it's actually ended. But I remember, I think I told you guys I did this a year or two ago. I was just at my library, and I was just sick and tired of just watching the same shit. And it was before I bought all that crap. Well, some of it was still there, but now it's gotten quite high, the wall, you know. I like to call it the movie wall. So I actually sat down, and my library had I just rented out the whole thing of, what was it? Gotham. Gotham was really fucking good. I thought, oh man, I'm like, is it going to be good or is it going to be shit? Because, you know, it's a fine wall to walk on. You're taking legendary characters, and then you're like, well, this is how he became Batman. And I was like, he's not going to be in the suit. It's going to be him as a young boy and then a young man, and then how are they going to bring in all the fucking villains and shit? And you actually see the creation of the villains. You see how he went from little Bruce Wayne as a kid to Bruce Wayne as a young man. And in the last couple episodes, you know, they show the Batcave, and they show him designing the suit and shit as far back as I can remember. It's been a while because I watched it like either 2 years ago or a year ago. But that was good. I actually enjoyed it. So I'm trying to figure this out. So I think when they made TV shows back in the day, they put more effort. Today, they don't put a lot of effort into TV shows. Like I'll give you an example. Little House on the Prairie. Even if you're not religious, it is a very family religious show because most people that lived on the prairie back then were super religious. But even if you're not religious, it's a good, what am I trying to say? It's got good morals, good values. They talk about very good topics, like family problems, family troubles, peer pressure. I mean, all the other things that happen in people's lives. They tackle a lot of strong issues, which a lot of those TV shows and sitcoms back in the day dealt with all those. You know, so they don't make TV shows like that anymore, you know? I wish they would. I wish they would put a lot of effort into, like, they put a lot of effort into movies more these days than television shows. But back in the day, like, whoever came up with the idea for fucking MacGyver is a damn genius. They're like, what if we created a character that was smarter than the villains? And he's like, yeah, fuck your gun. I don't need your gun. You think I need a gun? No, I don't need a gun. You know, and he's like, I'll just use my mind. My mind is the best weapon to tackle over you. That's a great idea, you know, because most spies, they have guns and they have gadgets. Like that old television show Mission Impossible, they had guns and they had gadgets. Get Smart, he's got a gun, he's got gadgets. James Bond, he's definitely got a gun, he's got gadgets. But MacGyver's like, I don't need a fucking gun. Fuck your gun. I don't need it. You know? All I need is my mind. So, yeah. So I'm going to try and, number one, I'm going to put NG for next gen. So, number one. Number two, let's see. I'm trying to figure this out. But I appreciate your comment, Spiritual. Let me know. What are some in the chat? What are some TV shows that you guys could watch forever and ever? Doesn't matter. It never gets old. Put some topics. They can be old television shows that you grew up on. They could be new shows that you watched right now. Let Fears know. Put them in the chat, and I'll respond. Sorry. I didn't mean to throw that. I'm going to try to pick 10. Like I said, I'm sure this will change because I bought a shitload of old TV shows over there. I bought some new ones that over there, you know. I'll be honest, I buy so many movies and televisions. I don't know if Fears will be able to watch all this shit in my lifetime. So whenever I die, I'm just going to give my entire collection half to my friends and half to my family and be like, whoever's still left alive, have at it. Enjoy, you know. But I'll watch as much as I possibly can, my friends. That's all you can ask of good old Fears. All right. Number 1, Next Gen. That's for sure. Number 2, I'm going to put VOG for Voyager. Let's see. Number 3, WD, Walking Dead. Number 4, BB for Big Bang. Number 5, I'm going to put Night for Knight Rider. Let's see. Next Gen, Voyager, Walking Dead, Big Bang Theory, Knight Rider. Oh, number 6, I'm going to put MAC for MacGyver. For MacGyver, okay. Number 7, probably Tales from the Crypt. I love Tales from the Crypt. Not the movie. The movies are okay, but the original television show of Tales from the Crypt. And then Visions told me about. I still haven't seen it. Before the Tales from the Crypt movie. Before the Tales from the Crypt movies and the television show, they made an old ass 70s movie called Tales from the Crypt. I think it was made in like 1972, 1973. Visions told me about it. It's on my movie list, and he said, "Fears, if you love the television show, you'll love the old 70s Tales from the Crypt movie." And I'm Vision. It was either Visions that told me about it or Pixel, or both. Because Visions watches a lot of old shit like I do. You guys think I'm the horror master? Visions and Pixel, they are definitely the horror masters. I mean, I would say I'm the third horror master of the community. Those two guys, they watch a lot of shit. They watch a lot of horror movies. And their stomachs are a lot stronger than me. I can't sit through Hostel, man. Fuck that Hostel shit. Like, yeah, let's just burn a girl's face off. I'm like, holy shit, this is nuts. Then they're like slitting people's wrists and their ankles, and I'm like, that's just too creepy. It's too much. It's just too much. I can't do it. Then that website that Pixel and Vision showed me of the dark web, that was some creepy shit, man. Like, some woman had cut her tits off. I'm like, this is so fucked up, you know. I can't do it. Spiritual said, I used to watch MacGyver with my dad when I was a kid. So did I. I watched MacGyver. I watched all those shows with my dad. My dad did like TVs and movies, but not as much as I do. But my dad introduced me to a lot of those like manly movies. I remember my dad would be like, don't tell your mother, but we're going to watch RoboCop. And I was like, yeah, so what? And he's like, no, it's violent. The first RoboCop is super fucking violent. Number 2 is kind of violent. The third one is just funny. Like, funny bad. It's not really bloody. The first 2 RoboCops, there's a lot. I mean, he's killing people left and right in, like, brutal ways. So I remember my dad saying, don't tell your mom. And then when I watched Terminator, well, the first Terminator, he's killing all sorts of people in it. So thank God for my dad. He introduced me to some classic movies. But I wasn't allowed to watch horror movies until I was 16. So the first time I watched Halloween, my favorite horror movie of all time, Halloween, the very first one, 1978. That one is a classic. It's fucking legendary. Legendary. I don't care what any of the trolls say. I don't care if they shit on Fears' horror movie magic, whatever you want to call it. If they deny Halloween, then they're liars. Halloween 1978 is a fucking classic, man. It's fucking legendary. I would have gave anything to time travel back to the 70s and be like, John Carpenter, I'll do whatever. Just let me work on fucking Halloween. Please, let me be in the film. I wouldn't even care if I was on the film. Just let me work behind the scenes. I don't give a shit. Just let me work on Halloween. I would have gave anything. I would have chopped off both my arms. Anything. I would have done anything in the world to work on John Carpenter's Halloween. Because it's legendary. Legendary. Alright. Let's see here. Some TV shows I'll add to my list are Seinfeld and Curb Your Enthusiasm. I don't remember that one. What was that one about, Spiritual? I know what Seinfeld was about. What was the Curb one about? What was that one about? I don't remember that one. That one must have passed me by. Alright, let's see. Let's recap. I got Next Gen, Voyager, Walking Dead, Big Bang, Knight Rider, MacGyver. I'm going to say Tales from the Crypt. Tales from the Crypt. Tales from the Crypt. All right, number 8, number 9, and number 10. I got 3 left. Let's see here. I'm looking over at my TV section. Let's see. Again, there's so much good shit over there. Ugh, it's hard. You know what? I got to put down Mr. Bean. The Mr. Bean old 80s TV show. I grew up with that. That's one that my mom introduced me to. I know Mr. Bean's kind of wacky and crazy and shit, but that's from my British roots. I fucking love Mr. Bean. He barely says anything out of the whole series. In every single episode, he barely talks. In every single episode, he either doesn't say anything at all, or if he does talk, he says one word or one sentence. In some episodes, he literally just, like someone, like one time he goes to the doctor's, he's feeling sick. And he goes up to the lady, and the lady's like, do you have an appointment? Like, what's your name? He just leans down and says, Bean. And then she's like, grab a ticket, and please have a seat, Mr. Bean. And whenever it's your turn, I'll give you a call, and the doctor will see you. And then I think he says, thank you. But that's it. He says, Bean and thank you. And that's it. He doesn't speak the entire thing. And what's great about that show is he doesn't have to say anything. The guy that portrays him, Rowan Atkinson, he's such a great actor. His facial expressions and his movements, he's fucking hilarious, and he doesn't even have to say anything or barely anything. So I'm putting Mr. Bean down. So Mr. Bean. And then I've got 2 more, 9 and 10. Let's see here. I'm trying to look over there. Let's see here. Oh, Saved by the Bell, for sure. Saved by the Bell. That was that I watched that a lot growing up. Now, not Saved by the Bell, the new class, not the college years, not fucking Hawaiian style, not the Vegas one where Zach and Kelly finally get married. I've got all those. I'm talking about the original Saved by the Bell. I grew up with Saved by the Bell. Whenever I was a kid, I always wanted to I always wanted to go to the Max and get a Max burger. But yeah, they actually started making new Saved by the Bell episodes, like where all the old characters are like they're married now and they have kids, and now Slater is like the gym coach at Bayside High. I haven't watched that yet, but people have told me about that. I'm like, so it's kind of a sequel. I think it's a direct sequel to the old ones, because there's so many versions of Saved by the Bell. There was Saved by the Bell, the new class, where Screech gets a job there before he goes off to college, and he's Mr. Belding's assistant, and it's a brand new senior class, and it's their adventures. Then after that, then Screech, Zach, Slater, Kelly, and a whole bunch of new characters. They all go to college and they meet new characters. And every once in a while, you'd see Lisa Turtle pop in for a cameo, and I think Jessica Spano had a cameo. Then after that, then they had where Zach and Kelly get married, and that was a TV movie. And then right before the new class, they made the so it goes Saved by the Bell, and then Saved by the Bell Hawaiian Style. That was the first TV movie where all the gang goes to visit Kelly's grandfather, and he owns a hotel, and they had like a vacation there or some shit. So it goes that, the Hawaiian movie, then the new class, then the college years, and then Zach and Kelly finally getting married, and now this new TV show just called Saved by the Bell. So, but that's definitely a TV show that I can watch over and over again, because I loved Saved by the Bell growing up. Saved by the Bell. All right, number 10. Let's see, number 10. Probably Unsolved Mysteries. I used to watch a lot of Unsolved Mysteries with my grandma and my dad. Unsolved Mysteries. Because that was always an interesting TV show, because it either talked about some mysterious death, or like aliens, or paranormal shit, you know, or a miracle happened. Some lady got hit by a car. Oh, no, I'm sorry. There was one where a lady got into a car crash, and her friend crashed right through the front window, and her friend was stuck in the car, and it started to ignite on fire, and she had the strength to like push the car back up onto its tires, and then she ripped open the door and pulled her friend out. And it's pretty difficult to lift a car back up onto the tires and all that crap. So that was always a cool show to watch. Stars Larry David, the creator of Seinfeld. It's hilarious. You'd love it. What's it about, though? You know what? Spiritual, I'm going to watch the trailer. And if it's that good, I'm going to add it to the list. But so far, my list of the top 10 TV shows that I could watch forever. Again, the more TV shows I watch, probably this list will change. So in a couple years, I'll go back to this list and I'll maybe switch it up. But here we go. Number 1, Next Gen. Number 2, Voyager. 3, Walking Dead. 4, Big Bang Theory. 5, Knight Rider. 6, MacGyver. 7, Tales from the Crypt. Number 8, Mr. Bean. Number 9, Saved by the Bell. And number 10, Unsolved Mysteries. So far, those are the top 10 TV shows that I could watch forever. And I think a good way to end this is I'm going to watch the trailer for Curb Your Enthusiasm. Here we go. Because I've never heard of this, Spiritual. I don't know what this is about. So I'm just going to do like the opening sequence and see what this is about. So let me go to YouTube. Now, is it old? Is it like super old, Spiritual? Like, is it an 80s show? Is it a 90s show? Because I've never heard of this. Never. But you said it's the creator of Seinfeld. I have seen, not all of Seinfeld. I've seen a lot of Seinfeld because I used to watch a lot of that. So, Curb Your Enthusiasm. Opening intro. Let's do that. Opening intro. Because normally you can tell what a show is all about by the intro. So, oh, it's got that old guy in it. I forgot his name. What's his name? What's the old guy? It looks new. Let's see. They filmed it on HBO. Oh, wow. Well, after I watch this intro, I'm going to look up when they made it. Because this looks new. Well, it looks newer. So, the opening intro is 25 seconds. So, let's just check this out. I don't think I've seen this. So, it stars Larry David. I forgot what he's famous for, but I've seen some of his work. But, okay, here we go. Oh shit, it's got Jeff Garlin in it. Okay, yeah, he's pretty hilarious. Oh, wow. And then let's watch another opening. Let's watch a scene out of it. Let's see. I've heard of this. I've never seen the show, but this looks newer. I thought maybe this was like a classic. Let's see. Larry Has to Fly Coach. Let's watch this. Let's see here.
Sir, I'm sorry. This is for first class passengers.
I know, but I
Your ticket's for 11C, sir.
I know, but nobody's sitting there. Did you give me like a personal upgrade, and I can upgrade you? And
Sir,
I can upgrade you. Oh man, he's getting a little kinky with a flight attendant. Oh shit, this is getting good.
No, okay.
Sir, can I ask you a really big favor? I have a medical condition where my bladder's really overactive. I have a bladder condition. I have to get up.
Well, the feeling's mutual. Well, it's not really my bladder that's the condition. Whenever I fly, I always fly on the aisle side, which sucks because I love looking out the window whenever I travel. I love looking out the window. But if two other people sit, then I have to bother them whenever I have to take like a crone's dump or a crone's pee, Then I'm like, oh, excuse me, can I, I don't want to bother anyone on an airplane. So normally whenever I fly, like whenever you're like filling it out like on the website, you get to pick which seat. So I always pick an aisle seat if it's available. If it's not available, then I have to sit, by the window. But as a kid, before I had Crohn's, I used to love looking out the window. Now, sometimes I've lucked out. Like, whenever I flew home for my grandma's funeral, I got a seat way up at the front. But then I said to the lady, excuse me, I said, is this a full flight? She goes, oh, no. So that's definitely not a full flight. I said, well, I'm going to wait until everybody gets on. I said, if there's any empty seats, I'm like, can I just have a row all to myself? And she goes, yeah. She goes, I'll keep a lookout. She came up to the front and said, you're in luck. She goes, that guy that just came on, that's the last guy on the flight. And I said, yeah. And she goes, way in the back. She goes, oh, if you don't mind sitting at the very, 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 very back. She goes, the last seat in the back has got 3 open seats. No one's there. So you can stretch your legs. And so I was like, oh, yeah, I'd love it. So I took my bag, my carry-on bag, went all the way to the back, put it in the overhead compartment. She goes, yeah, no one's sitting there. You can have all 3 seats. Have at it. And I was like, you are the best. So I laid down and I took a nap on the way. I think that happened on the way to St. Louis. And my mom picked me up and was like, how was the flight? And I was like, well, I'm like, it sucks coming home because, grandma passed away. But I said, yeah, the flight was actually really good. And I said, I got some sleep. And she's like, oh, really? She's like, usually you tell me you don't get any sleep. I said, well, that's, because the chairs are uncomfortable in coach. And I said, well, yeah. I said, that's if you're just like trying to go like that. But I said, I had a whole row to myself. And she's like, oh, wow. She's like, how'd you pull that off? I said, I just asked, Mom. But I wasn't so lucky on the way back. Once my grandma's funeral and all that stuff was done, I flew back to Florida. I wasn't so lucky. I had to just sit in an aisle seat. And there was 2 other people sitting beside me. They were nice people. But I was like, well, it looks like... So it doesn't happen all the time. But I definitely lucked out on the way to St. Louis. So... that wasn't too bad. On the way back, though, it was a full flight. Let me tell you. All right, let me finish watching this. It looks pretty good. I guess I know Larry. I know he does comedy, and he also talks about controversial issues and shit. I don't know much about him, but I have seen this guy in other things spiritual. I have. So right when you said, I was like, I kind of remember who that guy is, but yeah. But I don't. I'll be honest. I can't lie to you guys. I don't know much about Larry David, but I know a little bit about him.
A lot. Is there any way I could sit in the aisle and you would want to switch to the middle?
Well, I can't switch seats with you. I mean, I can't sit in the middle. It's claustrophobic in there.
It's okay. I just have to ask because I'm up so
I'll
often.
choke. I'll die in the middle.
It's so painful too.
I'll choke, I'll die if I'm in the middle. Well, that lady's got a condition, man. Man, this guy, oh man, he's a dick. Like, me, I would be nice and switch with her if she had a condition. Because I also have a condition, so I would look at her and say, oh, I understand, ma'am. I sit on the aisle too because, I don't want to interrupt someone if I have to take a Crohn's dump real quick. Then on the aisle, it's great because then you don't bother anyone, and then I just get up, go and do my business, come back. But if you're in the middle or by the window, you have to tap them on the shoulder. Oh, excuse me. Then you have to excuse the other person. Oh, I need to get by. I don't want to interrupt anyone, because you're already in a confined space. Normally, like when I'm on a flight, I either bring a book to read, or I'll bring my portable. A couple of years ago, I still have it. I haven't used it in a while, but it's in my closet. I bought a portable Blu-ray player, and I just put my headphones on. So sometimes I'll bring a portable Blu-ray, and I'll just bring like 2 or 3 Blu-rays, and I'll just watch them on the flight. If I don't want to bring that, because that thing's kind of big and I have it in my backpack, if I don't want to bring that, then I either take a nap or I do both. Sometimes I'll take a nap like half the flight, and then I'll put an alarm on my phone and it'll wake me up like in the middle of the flight. And after I take a nap, then I'll read a book the rest of the flight. And I usually don't talk to anyone on the flight unless they engage me in a conversation, because I'm like, you're in a confined space. I don't want to bug anyone. So unless someone talks to me, of course I'll say something back, because I'm not an asshole, you know. So if they say, oh, hi, how are you? Like, where are you traveling? I'll be, oh, nice to meet you. Oh, I'm traveling. I'm going to go home and see my mom and my brother and my brother's wife. And I used to live in Missouri and blah, blah, blah. And then, so sometimes I've chatted with people, but normally I just keep to myself when I'm on a flight, because you're such in a confined space. You're in a big tube, you know, and I'm like, well, or sometimes I always bring my laptop and my video camera. Sometimes I've pulled out my laptop and I've done some editing, you know, while I'm on a flight, which is really fun. I'll be like, and then people have asked, like, oh, what are you editing? Oh, are you a YouTuber? So sometimes I don't mind editing on a flight, but then you get a whole bunch of questions. Oh, what are you editing? Oh, what's this from? Oh, you're a YouTuber? Oh, shit. Oh, okay. You know, so sometimes I just skip all that. But on occasion, I have edited videos that you guys have watched on a flight. But normally, 11 times out of 12, I either read or go to sleep or both. So it's either both or I watch a movie. I'm sorry, either I read or take a nap, or I do both of those. That's usually what I do. All right, let's finish watching this, and then I'll get back to the chat.
See where the bathrooms are, so I know, because it's going to be a run. Really? You were such a gentleman. Thank you so much.
You're welcome.
Hey, my lucky day.
Yeah.
Oh, shit! That guy that Larry's talking to. That guy, oh my God, I don't remember this guy's name, Spiritual, but this guy has done fucking cameos in like tons of TV shows growing up. The guy that he's talking to on the flight in this scene, he was in Tales from the Crypt, he was on Voyager, he was on Star Trek Next Gen, I think he was on MacGyver, and he gets killed in a Tales from the Crypt episode, which is one of Tommy's favorite. It's called The Salesman, and he plays the shitty salesman that tries to fuck everybody over. That guy, I don't know if he started in the theater, but that guy's been like a character actor in some of my favorite TV shows ever. And he's been in tons of movies. So as soon as like Larry in this scene switched seats with the lady, the guy started talking. The guy that's talking to him, I don't remember that guy's name, but fucking hell, he's been in shit tons of stuff. That guy's a great actor. He's hilarious. He was on Taxi. He's done cameos in movies, and he's done tons of like guest appearances on, I don't know about every single TV show alive, but he's done a lot of television acting. I know he did like 1 or 2 episodes of Knight Rider too, I believe. Wow, that's kind of cool. I wish I could remember this guy's name, but I just do not remember. Yo, Chicken Wizard, what's up? He says, have you ever watched Fact or Fiction? Wait, I'm getting tired, excuse me. I know how to talk. Fact or Fiction, hosted by Jonathan Frakes. Well, he played Riker on Next Gen, and he's been in movies too. No, Chicken Wizard, I've never seen that. By the way, Chicken Wizard, I appreciate you. I'm going to be honest. I'll be honest. I was a little bummed when you said I couldn't put the interview in the vlog. When I do edit it, I promise I'm not going to put the entire interview. But since we're good buddies, I got to put... You're such a good friend and a good fan, man. I got to put like a little slither of it. I'm going to put a little slither of it. I'll have to look at it and watch it. I'll try and take a couple of the best bits out of it. But I got to... You deserve to be in a vlog, buddy. Because you're such a good friend and a good fan. I mean, Chicken Wizard, you've been there almost since the very beginning, my friend. So, you deserve to be in a vlog. Whether it's like a 10-second clip, a 20-second... I'll get you in there, don't worry. But I'll be respectful. I won't put the entire interview in there. I'll put a little slither in there, though. But yeah. So yeah. All right, let me finish watching this because I keep getting interrupted because I want to see what the hell he does to this woman and this guy sitting on the plane because apparently it was a big ordeal for him to switch seats with the woman that had the condition. Now he's talking to that legendary actor that it's going to bug me forever. I cannot remember who the fuck this guy is, but he's got such a familiar face, and again, he's been in so many movies, so many legendary TV shows, and then he's done commercials, he's done shitloads of cameos in movies, sometimes he stars in movies, but this guy has been like in everything, and I cannot fucking remember this guy that Larry is talking to on the plane. So let me watch the rest of this. Larry's about ready to kill this lady. Like she's like putting that little foamy thing around her neck to sleep. Then she hit him in the face by accident with like her headphones. He's about ready to kill this woman.
Give it here.
Oh yeah, he's losing his patience.
Can I grab one of your I think it's just allergy.
Oh my god. This is like the flight from hell. Then they're blowing their nose. Larry's, but see, now he's stuck in the middle. Now he's like fucked. Like, if I was playing this character, I'd be like, listen, I know you got a condition, but I'm sitting on the aisle. But see, he was a good guy. He wanted to do the good thing. Now he's regretting it because now he's fucked, and now he's in the middle for the rest of the flight. Oh man, I feel so bad for Larry. Oh Lord. I feel so bad. Oh man. Wow.
Oh man.
Oh, now this guy farted. Oh my god.
No.
Oh Lord.
Sir, if I could just have you open your eyes so I can see your pupils. If you could just try and relax a little bit. Long, deep
Oh, what the hell's going on now?
One of our passengers is taken ill. If there's a doctor on board, can you please ring your call button?
Sir, are you currently
Ask for a doctor. Mm-hmm. Huh? You're not going to heed the call?
Give it a minute. He's going to be fine.
Give him a minute, he'll be fine. You're a doctor. That's what you help people. Why? Oh, this is fucking hilarious. Why wouldn't you ring the fucking bell? Oh, hilarious.
I don't even know what he has.
You ever been part of an emergency landing? Is that what you want, Larry? To spend the night in Lubbock, Texas at a Days Inn with a $15 voucher from Cinnabon? Think about it.
Hey, listen. Don't be dogging on Cinnabons. You know what I'm saying? Cinnabons, they those cinnamon rolls taste really good. So I don't know what the hell this doctor's talking about. They are actually really good.
Excuse me.
I'll be honest, Spiritual. I don't know if I would like this TV show entirely, but I am intrigued. I'm kind of curious what this whole show is about. But just this one scene with these two people fucking with him on the flight, and he tries to do a good thing, and then these two passengers that are sitting by him are like the worst passengers ever to sit by someone on an airplane. Like, she's sneezing, she hits him in the face by accident while she's trying to put on her headphones. Then this guy's blowing his nose on the other side. Then he farts, and then Larry's all like, oh man, like doing that shit, you know? This is like the flight from hell, but it makes for good comedy, my friends.
Bathroom.
Okay.
Thank you.
Oh God, what now?
Yeah. Don't move too much. Don't get up. Ow. Ah! Why don't you move your foot, for God's sake?
Oh
I
man.
ran into you on this flight. I'll call up Marty. We'll set up a game.
Yeah, we'll play. Oh, you got up. By the way, that's the first time that you got up the entire trip. That was a total bullshit story about the
I have a medical condition.
Oh, see, now he's like, now he's calling her on this lady's bullshit. If this lady made up this entire thing, oh my God, this will be funny. This will be funny. If she like made up that whole bullshit story just to get the aisle, oh man, that would piss me off. I'd be like, listen, lady, I'm trying to help you. and you just made up some bullshit story, oh man, oh Lord, that would piss me off. Like, we're gonna find out here in a second, but what if she actually was like, yeah, you know what? Fuck you. I just wanted to like have the aisle. If she makes up some bullshit story, oh my Lord. Oh, Larry, you get her. You get her, Larry. You call her on her own bullshit. Let's find out.
She's got a medical condition. One day you're gonna really have to go to the bathroom and no one's gonna let you. I had to sit in the middle of the entire trip because of you.
Damn it! You never find out if she was just fucking with him or if she really had a condition. Well, he got pissed. Oh,
So
Lord.
the fun thing with this,
Well, that was pretty funny. I don't know. I don't know if it's worth putting it on the list yet, spiritual, but I gotta say, that was pretty funny. So, that looks like it's kind of new, though. Like, the way they filmed it, it looks pretty... Well, it looks newer, you know. Walter says, I'm just curious, have you ever seen Breaking Bad? I've seen a little bit, Walter. I haven't seen the full Breaking Bad, but I've seen a little bit of Breaking Bad. From what I've seen, that's pretty good. Oh, yeah. And what's funny is the guy that plays the main character with the glasses, I forgot his name. Brian, the actor's name is Brian something. He started his career out on TV, and one of his very first gigs was he did some of the voices of the monsters on Power Rangers. And that's why whenever they made the new version of Power Rangers, the movie, he plays Zordon in the new version. Because they've made, when I was a kid, they made 2 Power Ranger movies. They made Power Rangers, the movie, and then they made Power Rangers Turbocharged, which was like the sequel, and it was like such a shitty sequel. But then a few years ago, they made an up-to-date version of the Power Ranger movie. And that Brian, whatever his last name is, the guy that stars in Breaking Bad, I don't recall his last name, but Brian played Zordon. And the reason why they had him play Zordon is that he used to voice some of the characters, the monsters that the Power Rangers would take down. He voiced some of those, and I was like, fuck, I didn't know that. Because whenever you watch the behind the scenes of the new Power Rangers movie, they do an interview, I think, with him, and that's how I found out. He goes, the reason why I got this gig is someone found out that I used to voice some of the monsters, and they were like, oh, I wonder if Brian would want to play Zordon, the new version of Zordon. And I was like, that's pretty fucking cool. So you never know what gig in Hollywood, like this gig will lead to this gig, which will lead to that gig. So it's pretty funny how all things work out, you know. But no, Walter, to answer your question, I've never watched Breaking Bad in its entirety. One day I would love to. I mean, because the shit that I did watch, pretty fucking good, my friends. But Chicken Wizard, I've never seen Fact or Fiction. Let's watch the intro to that, because now I'm intrigued. So yeah. Let's see. Oh, somebody wrote something in Discord. Let's see. Crackpot Jenkins put a picture, I guess, of his artwork. Oh wow, he's got a lot of artwork of Ozzy Osbourne. Oh wow, I guess you're a big fan, Crackpot. And then he's got on the left-hand side, he's got a really creepy ventriloquist dummy, like on a shelf. Nothing against ventriloquism, but you know those dummies. Whenever I was a kid, those dummies always kind of creeped me out. So, and then I watched, what's that horror movie with the puppet where the old lady like kills those people and like makes a puppet out of a human being? What the fuck is that horror movie called? If you guys know what horror movie I'm talking about, hang on, I may have got it. I know I have it. I can't fucking remember the name of that movie. Oh, where is it? And like the old woman, her name is like Mary Shelley, and the same director that made Saw made that horror movie with all the puppets that come to life, and then Mary Shelley's like spirit goes into the puppets, and then her daughter like makes human beings into puppets and shit. I forgot the name of it. I know I have it. I've got it on DVD. And there's like a little poem like Mary Shelley, you know, she had 6 children and blah, blah, blah. I just can't remember what it's called, but man, that is a creepy fucking horror movie. It's good, but I don't remember. It's somewhere either here or in here. I haven't got it on Blu-ray yet. So I can't fucking remember what it's called. Another one that James Wan made. I need to get this on Blu-ray. From the director of Saw, Death Sentence with Kevin Bacon. Oh, it's so good, so good. It's not really a horror movie. It's more like a revenge movie. Like these gang members kill his son, and he turns himself from like a nice, quiet businessman into like this revenge-filled dude. He shaves his head. He learns how to shoot guns, and he pretty much kills the entire gang in like a violent way. I'd probably do the same shit. I'm like, what? You kill my mom? You kill my wife? You kill my son? Motherfucker, I'm coming after you, you know? So that's always a good one. I just don't remember that fucking ventriloquist movie, but that one's some creepy shit, man. When I watched the ventriloquist one, she like kills some guy and like guts him and all of the insides, and it's just a hollow shell, and he like she has like a big wooden plank in him to turn his head like a ventriloquist dummy. I will say the Ozzy Osbourne art crackpot is actually pretty cool. He's got, let's see, 1, 2, 3, 4. He's got quite a few on the wall. But you know what? The coolest thing, crackpot, that you have on your wall that I like is the Paramount logo in a frame. So I'm guessing that you like Paramount movies. So that Paramount logo on top of the wall above the Ozzy Osbourne painting, I mean the picture, whatever. That's got to be my favorite thing because I love Paramount. Like Paramount's made a lot. All the Indiana Jones movies, and I believe all the Star Wars movies are made at Paramount. I believe. I know Indiana Jones because they always use the Paramount Mountain logo in every single Indiana Jones movie. So that little picture of the Paramount logo and the mountain, that's pretty fucking cool. So just giving credit where credit is due. So yeah. All right, let me go check out this TV show. Hey, John, what's up? If your movie collection was in organized alphabet, you could probably find it. I know, I probably could. I don't do it by, I do it by color. I just put like all the red movies together, all the white ones. I do need to put it in alphabetical order, but you guys know what movie I'm talking about. It's that old ass. Oh. Now it's going to drive me nuts. I'll figure it out. It's that fucking puppet horror movie. It's nuts. But Chicken Wizard, let me check out this show that you're talking about here. I gotta check this out. Totally gotta check this out. All right, let's see here. What's this called again? Fact or Fiction? All right, here we go. Let me see if I can find this. I'll try to find like the opener to it. Because that one doesn't ring a bell. Fact or Fiction. Opening intro. Let's see what comes up. So you said Jonathan Frakes. Or I don't know how you pronounce his last name. Let's see. Oh, you know what? This kind of looks familiar. I don't remember ever. This kind of looks familiar. Chicken Wizard. Yeah, I kind of. Let's see. Let me watch the opening and see if it jogs my memory. Yeah, this kind of looks familiar, just a little bit. Let's see. Opening title sequence. Let's see here.
Beyond Belief, Fact or Fiction. Hosted by James Brolin.
Oh, wait, no, that's the wrong... Hang on. That's the wrong one. Oh, it's this... Okay, here we go. It's this one. Okay, there we go.
Have you ever walked out of a mall into a huge parking area and realized you'd forgotten where you parked your car? You ever gone mountain biking? What do you want to be when you grow up? What's the right tip? Have you called a plumber to your home lately?
Oh yeah, I remember this.
How much money would it take to make you spend a night?
Yeah. It took me a minute, chicken. Yeah, I remember this.
Cemetery. Would you display this as a trophy? Do you have a pet? Do you have a sweet tooth? Do you believe in the power of a curse? Have you had your hearing tested lately? Planning a trip soon?
You know what it kind of reminds me of, Chicken Wizard? It reminds me a little bit of Unsolved Mystery. It's got like an Unsolved Mysteries type of vibe to it. But yeah, I remember I had to jump start my brain, and I kind of remember this. Yeah, I remember this. The Sopranos is another great show, classic drama. I've watched a bit of that. I haven't watched all of it, but yeah, I've watched a little bit of The Sopranos, just a little bit. But yeah, I'd like to see Fears do commentary for every single episode of The Sopranos. Why is that? Why is that, John? I've watched a couple episodes. You know what I should do? I think the next TV topic I want to talk about, the top 10 cartoons that I could watch forever. That would be hard because as an adult, I don't watch a lot of cartoons, but man, as a kid, I watched fucking cartoon show after cartoon show. The only two cartoons that I could watch forever as an adult, Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles, I got the entire collection over there, and the fucking real Ghostbusters. I've got almost the entire collection over there, but I want to get the real Ghostbusters. That's my favorite cartoon of all time. I want to get that on Blu-ray. Oh God. I remember I would come home, because I wasn't allowed to watch TV during the week. My mom and dad are like, focus on your studies, and then on the weekend you can watch. So I would always catch up on those fucking cartoons. My mom would put in the VHS tape the cartoon for me. I watched, and I would just catch up on all the cartoons on like Friday night and Saturday. Sometimes I would sneak it though. Like my mom had to go out, grocery shopping, and she's like, will you be okay alone? I'm like, yeah, I'm good, Mom. And my dad be at work, and I'd just be chilling. I'm like, all right, Mom's gone. I'm fucking watching some real Ghostbusters, motherfucker. And should be like Inspector Gadget it up, Felix the Cat. Oh yeah, the classics. Oh yeah. I mean, who does not like? Come on, be honest. You guys, all of my male fans out there, you guys watch some Inspector Gadget. You guys watch some real Ghostbusters. Don't even deny it. Those two cartoons are fucking legendary. Amazing. Inspector Gadget is the shit. The real Ghostbusters is the shiat. Is amazing. Love it. Yo, Museum, what's up? Good to see you. Have I ever ate turtle out there? No. I mean, I guess you can eat turtle, but would Fears want to? I don't know. That doesn't seem appetizing. Let me ask you a question. Have you ever ate turtle, Museum? Have you ever ate that? I don't know. That just doesn't seem appetizing, my friends. No. That's just me, though. That's just me. Anyway. So spiritual, thank you. I'm not gonna add it to the list yet. I need to make a new list. This piece of paper that I've wrote all these TV shows on and this movie, it is getting raggedy, man. So I need to rewrite this list. But until I run out of room, then I will keep it up on this. But whenever I run out of room on my list of movies and TV shows, then I'll rewrite. Probably next time I'll just type it out on the computer and print it off. So. But until then, the list continues. So there it is. But no, I can't say that I would ever eat Turtle Museum. That's just me. That's just me, though. Anyway. So I'm going to cover one more thing, and then I think I'm going to skedaddle, because I got to pick up Tommy tomorrow. Tommy said to pick him up in the morning. So me and Tommy, we'll probably do a live stream, me and Tommy. But his mom lives like an hour away, his real mom. So I told him I would pick him up tomorrow. Because he was going to drive over today. And I was like, dude, I'm feeling horrible. I said, if I feel better, we'll hang out Sunday or Monday or whenever. So And then if I have to drive him back, I may just call into work tomorrow and just have the entire Sunday off with Tommy, you know, because if I have to drive him back, I'll probably just have Tommy stay the night and then I'll take him back. I don't know. We'll see. I'll figure it out. So, yeah. But I'm looking forward to hanging out with Tommy NC 2010 tomorrow, my friends. That's going to be fun. That's going to be fun. So one last thing that I want to cover. Or two things. One, I apologize for not hanging out with Tommy yesterday. Today, excuse me, because I was feeling horrible. And then the last thing I want to cover is I have not been in the best mood. You know, everybody in the Discord was asking. Quentin was like, "Oh, did you cry over Claire?" No, it has nothing to do with that. I'm just going through some personal shit, family, and I hate to be a broken record, but I still haven't gotten over my dad's death and my grandma, so I've just been kind of bummed, like the last couple of months, the last couple of weeks, and I haven't uploaded a video, like, either a month and a half. I'll be honest, I've just been doing the lives just to keep you guys interested, because I don't want to lose any of my fans. I love my fans, but I've been trying to get out of this this non-creative niche I've been in, whatever you want to call it, you know? So, yeah, I've just been really lazy. The only thing I've been doing is just going to work, paying the bills, eating food because I have to survive, and then I'll do a live here and there just to keep, but I just haven't been creative in a while, and I hate that I haven't been creative, but, so I wanted to address it. I'm not going to tell you guys what's bothering me, but that's part of it. That's part of it. It's going to take a long time to get over my grandma's death and my dad's death, because I was very close with both of them. They were two important people in my life, and I'm not using them as an excuse. It's the truth. It's hard whenever you lose people, and you guys probably noticed. You're like, you know what? Where's the old fears? Where's the old happy-go-lucky fears that we all love and know? He's still here. It's just been buried for a couple of months, you know? So I try to be as positive as possible, but every once in a while I'll get depressed because I'll start thinking about him. And then I really wish it could have worked out with Claire. I'm just sick of being alone. It gets lonely just living by myself, you know? And it just sucks. No matter how hard I try, I just can't seem to find a nice girl. And I don't think I'm asking for much. Like, whenever I pray to God, I'm like, what's the holdup? Why can't I find a nice girl? Like, and I'll ask God, I'm like, hey God, I'm not asking for much. A nice girl that has a nice job, that has a nice family, a little bit of Christianity in her would be great. You know, a woman that has some things in common with me. I'm not asking for much, you know. So yeah. But the more I pray, and then I'll check my dating apps, and then sometimes some girls will be interested, and I don't know, it's just, I don't want to die alone, man, you know? I'd love to meet a very nice girl, but it's like, the more hard I try, I get no results. So I'm just getting kind of sick of being alone. So yeah. I don't know if I'll ever find Mrs. Fears, you know? If I do find her, I'll be like, well, thank God it took me 40 years to find you. I'm not going to let go, you know? Like, I don't know. I don't know what the holdup is. So those are two big things that are getting me down. But there's other things, you know? I'll tell you guys, like, I'm getting kind of sick and tired of my job. It's the same thing. Go in, you scan the box, you put it in, go in. It's not challenging. I just do it to pay the bills. But the minute I can find something better, I'm going to be like, peace, deuce, I'm fucking out of here. Thanks a lot for the experience. I'll put it on my resume and then try bye, I'm out of here, you know? But I really hope that flight attendant people write me back, you know? It took them forever the last time. Like, I remember the last time I applied, like, in January, and they didn't, like, get back to me until, like, May, and then I went off and did the training, and then I almost got it. I didn't get it, but I almost got it, so it'll probably take them forever to get back to me the second time, so fingers crossed. And I'm definitely going to do it. So I'm going to give it another shot, because if I do get it, it'll be awesome. It'll solve a lot of problems. So we'll see. Fingers crossed. So I appreciate your guys' patience. I just got to get myself out of this current funk I've been in. So I apologize for sometimes not having a lot of energy. I try to be as positive as possible, but there's some shit on my mind that's just bugging the hell out of me, and I got to work it out in my own little way. But I appreciate everybody. I appreciate everybody in the Discord that does care about me, that's cut me some slack. Definitely things have gotten better in the Discord ever since I forgave Joey a little bit. I haven't fully forgave him. I told him it's going to take me a while to fully forgive him, but I said I do appreciate your apology. I said I accept your apology. I said it's going to take me a while, though, to forgive you fully. But there's some people that I don't know if I could ever forgive. Like Adam Bacchidi wrote me and said, well, hey, Fears, if you can forgive Joey, you can forgive me. And I was like, no. I'm like, you trolled me worse than Joey ever did. Same thing with Quentin. I don't know if I could ever forgive Quentin. I mean, I don't know. I don't know if I could ever forgive the idiot in New Zealand. Now, I will say something about him. Even though I could never forgive him, I haven't heard from him in quite a long time. So I respect that he hasn't trolled me in a long time. But Quentin and Yakov, it's like every fucking day with their stupid bullshit. You know? It gets old. Quick. Very quick. But yeah. But for all my loving and loyal fans, I appreciate you guys hanging in there with Fears. And I appreciate you guys not giving up on Fears. That's one of your guys' best qualities. You guys are like, Fears, we're with you through thick and thin. Because my loving and loyal fans, you actually give a damn about Fears. You want to see Fears happy. You want to see me succeed. So do I. I'm trying my best. I really am. So I appreciate all the loving and loyal fans sticking with me through thick and thin. Well, with that, I think I'm going to end it. But I will see you guys probably tomorrow, whenever me and Walter wanted me to do a drunk stream with Tommy, but I was like, the last time I tried to keep up with Tommy, we all know what happened. Fears got super fucking drunk on stream, and you guys didn't see it, but off camera, I was puking my fucking lungs out, and Tommy started laughing. He said, Fears, I'm taller and I'm bigger than you. Why in the hell did you honestly think you could keep up with me? And I said, I don't know, Tommy. I just thought I'd give it the old college try. Tommy, he was drunk, but not as drunk as me. And I was like, damn. So, yeah. So, I don't know if we'll be doing a drunk stream. I may do a couple of shots tomorrow, but I'm definitely not getting wasted because, man, last time it was crazy. So, yeah. A lot of people are going through similar things in life, Fears. Focus on good things in life and stay positive. I'm doing my best, Spiritual. I really am. It's just hard sometimes. It's easier said than done. Because you guys only see this, you know, what's happening on the screen. You know what I'm saying? Outside of YouTube, it's a hard thing to... Whoever said life is easy was a fucking liar. Excuse my language, but it's true, you know? Sometimes in life it's easy. But it's like half and half, you know? Like, I think Yakov's a hypocrite, you know? He makes fun of other people's religion. He's not a good person, you know? He makes fun of people's religion, but then he says, oh, I'm a man of God. A man of God would not make fun of someone's religion. That ticks me off, too. He'll make fun of my religion, and I'm like, I am a Christian. I'm not a fucking Mormon. Now, my church started in all that Mormon because there's history about it. But I don't know exactly where. And he knows it. After Joseph Smith died, a bunch of people said, we don't want to be Mormons anymore. And they turned my church into a non-denominational Christian church. And he just won't let it go. Nothing against Mormons. I have nothing against Mormons, but I'm not a Mormon. I've grown up in a Christian church ever since I was 5. So it may have started like that, but he won't ever let it go, you know? So he's they're all hypocrites. Quentin's a fucking hypocrite. Adam Bacchidi's a fucking hypocrite. He's a big fake and phony. That's what really pissed me off. On his show, hi, I'm Adam. I love you guys. I'm a nice guy. I love to talk about wrestling. But then he comes into the Discord and he said horrible, evil shit to me. Same thing like Quentin. Oh, I'm a sweet little angel. He's not a sweet little angel. Same thing with Yakov. He's a big fucking hypocrite. I'm a man of God, but then he makes fun of other people's religion, which is bullshit. So, but it's the same old fucking tune. So I try to tune those guys out because they'll never change. You know, at least Joey said, yeah, I went too far. I owe Fears an apology. And I get it. Some people like trolling people to see people's reaction. I would never do that. I've never trolled anyone. The same thing with all those, like, there's not a lot of it today, but like when our YouTube community was first set up, you know, like, oh, the roast streams, I'm gonna roast you. I would watch other people roast people, and I'm like, this is so fucking stupid. Like, Carrie roasted me, Carrie roasted Tommy. Then, when everybody thought Matt Man was normal, boy, were we wrong. But Matt Man roasted like the dude, Matt Man roasted Carrie. I'm like, this is so fucking stupid. Wow, a roast stream. Who the fuck cares? Are we 5 years old or are we adults, you know? And then we found out that Matt Man was a pedophile, so I was like, well, anyone that wants to roast Matt Man, go for it, because he fucking deserves it, because pedophilia shit is fucking terrible. It's terrible. And as soon as I found out about Matt Man and Pick Rob or Rob Pick or whatever the fuck his name is, and Lantern, all those guys, I was like, fuck you guys, I want nothing to do with you. Leave me the fuck alone. Get the fuck away from me, because that shit is fucking terrible. I wish YouTube would take all three of those guys' channels down, because they don't deserve to have a channel, because they're fucking disgusting. But there it is. But spiritual, I try to focus on positive things in my life. And thank God I've got a good family and good friends and loving and loyal fans like you guys. And I appreciate all what you guys do. I've never not once taken my loving and loyal fans for granted. But life's hard. Life is very hard, you know. And those trolls never make it easy, you know. They never do. I wish... I've said it a million times. I wish we could all get along, but that's just wishful thinking, you know. Some people make it impossible to get along, but it is what it is. I try and focus on as many positive things in my life, around my life as possible, my friends, but I just wanted to apologize for the fans if Fears has not been in the best of moods the last couple of months, the last couple of weeks. That's why I haven't uploaded anything in about a month and a half, because I'm like, I don't care anymore, you know? Like, I'm not in a creative mood, you know? And I don't want to upload horrible shit, you know? Like, I'm only going to upload something if I'm at my best, you know? Because you guys have seen me edit all sorts of cool stuff, and you're like, wow, Fears, more of that. Edit more like that. Hey, Fears, we love that video. Edit this, edit that, you know? So, I'm like, I do my best, you know, whenever possible, my friends. So, but thanks a lot for all your guys' views and comments and likes and advice and support. I can't thank you guys enough. You guys are awesome. But hopefully the loving and loyal, happy-go-lucky Fears will come back soon. So, yeah. All right, I'm taking off, but I will see you guys tomorrow. Me and Tommy NC 2010 will be on a live tomorrow, my friends. All right. I'm taking off, but I will see you guys later. Peace, deuces. Don't forget to like, comment, subscribe to FearsMan26, Fears Vlogs. Follow Tommy NC 2010 on YouTube. Follow the Sega Camp Gamer and Wear Camp on Twitch at the Sega Camp Gamer 22. Follow Lord Larry Tate on YouTube. And follow, last but certainly not least, follow my buddy Randall, Lord Randall, at Cameo Man 2021, his main channel, and his second channel, The Mayor of Magic. Alright, I'll see you guys later. Fears loves you guys. Fears cares about you guys. And this is Fears, signing off. And I'll see you later. Alligator. Alright, bye.